They want to go back and forth with you, but you're too focused. See, people don't understand how things work when it comes down to serving God, when it comes down to just focusing on life in itself, our personal lives. That way, we can enable ourselves not to be selfish, because how can you help others until you can help yourselves, right? But some people don't get this. They don't get your growth. They don't get your prosperity. They don't get your heart. They don't get all these different things that God is using to develop you and help so many others. And maybe if they don't get it and they lack knowledge that much, then it's not meant for them to get. Maybe they've been on the evil side so long that, like Jesus said, when he preaches the wisdom and gives knowledge, he gives it in parables, and it goes over so many people's heads. And these happen to be those so many people. But because you didn't resemble so many people, because you stood out and you continue to stand out, they hate you though, right? They want to go back and forth with you though, right? They can't stand to see you win though, right? Out of everybody, they have evil people in their lives. They have sick people in their lives. They have people that they know have done all these different things, no judgment passed, but they will go out of their way to collaborate with them to where they could hopefully win and taking you down while you're winning, doing the right thing. It's like that should be a message and a sign to them that doing the right thing, having a pure heart, serving God and being authentic is what leads to real growth, real happiness, right? Real development, right? Real prosperity, real joy, right? Real closeness to the Most High God and Lord Jesus. Like, it's not rocket science. It's in the Bible. It's not rocket science. You tell these people every time they hear you speak, which is why they hate to hear truth come out of your mouth. And they would rather, provoke you to go back and forth. Like some grown feminine men, right? You know you're a weenie cake and you're a cupcake when you go out of your way to get a emotional reaction out of another man, right? Born losers, right? Born to lose, right? Born to fail. And this is why they go out of their way to do what they're doing. Their life is failing, right? The best that they could do is get a reaction because their life is the best definition of depressed, anxious, failure, right? They don't have gifts. They don't have anything going on in their life. So they would prefer to snatch and pull from what you have going on in your life, chosen ones, right? They are invisible to this world. And the best definition of, Casper the Ghost. Casper the Ghost, bro. They get walked past like a bush. Nobody talks to them. Nobody acknowledges them, which is why they poke and pry to get a reaction out of you to where they can have that sense of value, sense of pride and ego that they're already struggling with in the first place. A lot of these people, big, tall, or small, we can't control that, but they have a little man's complex because in their mind, they're small. In their mind, they have no self-value, right? In their mind, there's no growth, right? So yes, that's why they're going to try to go back and forth, but you have been winning, you've been prospering, you've been growing, right? Why do they want to go back and forth? Because you've had gifts from a young age that they can't stop. All they could do is sit back and hate or envy about, right? And you're not going for it. You continue to rise, continue to grow. Why do they want to go back and forth? Because you've already been doing great things for a year now. They've been spending all these different monies on spiritual attacks and witchcraft and monitoring spirits just to lose, just to wake up and feel like the best definition of a goofy, the best definition of a freaking weirdo, right? They get no respect from their woman, no respect from their children, no respect from the community, right? And guess what? They brought that on themselves. That's the day in the life of a clown cake at its finest, right? Because these people choose to keep doing what they're doing, regardless of you growing, helping people and staying pure to your heart. God is going to keep allowing them to dwell in misery because you're focused, right? And they still want to go back and forth. Why do they want to go back and forth? Because from a young age, they tried to steal your energy and it didn't work. They were successful with it for so many years, but as soon as you start to realize who you truly are and grow in your gifts, now all of a sudden they want to go back and forth, right? Now all of a sudden they're mad about something. They want to spark a reaction because their life and success has no reaction. Success is not reacting positively over there. The only thing that's reacting in their life is misery. The only thing that's reacting in their life is all that fear that they got pumping through their veins because they know what they have done regarding your life and they know that God's not playing about you. So this is the best definition of Goofyville at its finest. The best definition of Harry Potter and his goofy little minions at its finest, right? Why? Because anybody that tries to go back and forth is obviously losing. They're going back, but there ain't no forth, right? Because they're not worthy of the back and forth, right? But why do they want to go back and forth again? Because as soon as you started realizing your gifts, growing and helping people, they tried to put you on the menu and you figured it out. And then when you figured it out, God continued to curse these people and reverse the witchcraft that they put in your life. Now they walk around like the best definition of a black hole, the best definition of the abyss. Because nobody acknowledges them, right? Just like nobody wants to acknowledge the abyss. Even the pigs, when they were getting sent off the cliff, they were like, oh, just don't throw us back to the abyss. Don't throw us back to the abyss. Where do you think they got that from? Looking at these people's faces. Because they're that gloomy. They're that depressed. They're that, down in the hole because they thought it was a game, right? So now that you figured out that they try to put you on the menu and you start growing and they got to walk around in paranoia and failure and they lose it all, now they want to go back and forth? Or was it the life insurance policy that they put on you ahead of time thinking that they were going to break bread and they didn't break bread? They broke their lives, right? They broke their bank accounts, right? Or was it the pre-planned funeral that they planned for you that they didn't think that you would find out about? But what happened to it though? No, nothing happened to it, but their life failed. Their life is the best definition of not lively, right? Their workspace is not alive, right? Their cars is breaking down. That's not lively, right? They women don't even want to look at them. Their relationships, their marriages ain't even lively, right? Their energy ain't even lively. Last time they cracked a joke, nobody laughed. Last time they tried to be seen, nobody saw them, right? So because of that, because of your charisma, because of your growth, because of their lack, now they want to hate. Well, guess what? Let them hate and let that marinate, bro, because that's their life for the rest of their lives. Ain't no change in it. And guess what? Your growth, your prosperity, your multiplication, you touching everything and it turning to gold. Yeah, that's you for the rest of your life. Because you let a goofy be a goofy. You let a hater get played to the left and be a hater, right? You let them sit in the counter or sit in the corner and pout like the best definition of Clown Town itself, right? That's their place. That's what they signed up to do, right? So let them do that. We have next level things to do, right? But because you realize all these things, all these attacks, all these attempts, all the people that they try to pay off that ended up going homeless in themselves, right? What they thought, because they got paid off and everything was cool. They were sitting back from the sidelines watching that God was just going to let that slide. Nah, buddy, get over here too. You're going homeless. Yeah, get over here too. You're going to be miserable. Get over here too. You can't pay your car note no more, huh? Car insurance all past due and all type of stuff, right? Exactly. Exactly. Because they try to do what? Put you on the menu. Because they try to do what? Get a reaction out of you and go back and forth, right? But they can't even go back and forth with the bank because everything that they swipe is getting declined. Ain't no point of calling no more. It's all good. They already know what's going on, right? And I wouldn't wish that situation on nobody, right? Because everybody can go through it. Nobody's above that. But they're going through that because of their own sick actions. They're sitting there crying, losing sleep, losing respect, losing everything, right? Want to follow you, want to bounce around like male groupies around you, right? And guess what? Nothing's coming of it. But your growth, your prosperity, right? Your wealth, your laughter, right? But now that you're putting these pieces together, seeing all the people that they paid off, all the attempts, all the attacks, guess what it's doing? It's making you more powerful, right? It's making you not only grow, but because of your heart posture, you're allowing other people to grow. And your face, your skin, your life, it's beginning to show. See, you can't hide the light for long. You're always going to show, right? You're always going to shine. You're always going to be above and beyond what these hateristic little goofies could ever imagine. Because they got imagination skills. That's why I know they got imagination skills the opposite, on opposite day. Because their imagination is off, right? So they have no faith. They have no growth, right? They have no stability because they can't even see themselves having it. And then the people that are having it, they want to hate on them. And then wonder why they're not having it, right? Wonder why they're mad every day, pushing and slamming doors, losing money, phone getting broke. They're getting talked to like a clown from their boss because that's who they actually are. You get talked to in this world who you actually are, right? So if you have that negative energy attached to you, and they've done all these sick, tormented things, from your friends to your family to all these groupies in your community, male groupies at that, pathetic. Best definition of feminine man, man boys, you know what I'm saying? Over the age of 21 with a mustache, certified bill payers, but you never heard me say man, because they're not one. They could never be one. That's why they hate you, because you're one. And you're going to continue to not only be one, but you're going to be a mighty man or woman of God, right? You're going to be, change and, like a major impact on this world, because that's what you're meant to do. It doesn't matter who tries to get in between that. They're not stopping nothing, because if they were stopping something, it would already be stopped, right? But it's not, and it's never going to be. And if you know that to be the case, don't you be afraid to hop down there in that comment section and say, I will never waste time going back and forth with my enemies. In Jesus' mighty name I pray. Make sure you guys hop down there, like this thing up. Make sure you guys hop down there, share this thing up, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell button for keeping the loop every time we drop. I'll catch you guys on the next one.